What exactly is the process today? When are we expecting him to have his cabinet in place?
Well, Francine, you'll have to forgive me for having a bout of deja vu because we were only here 7 weeks ago. Rishi Sunak's going to be the third British Prime Minister in just 2 months, and it's the same usual dance. At the moment, ministers have been heading in for the last cabinet meeting with Liz Truss. The Chancellor, Jeremy Hunt, I had to say, was looking quite chipper. Not sure I could say the same about Ben Wallace, the Defence Secretary. After cabinet, Liz Truss is going to make a speech out here at 10:15 a.m. She and Rishi Sunak will head to Buckingham Palace to see the King, and then Rishi Sunak will come back at 11:35 to make his own speech. It's going to be interesting to see how he reflects on his becoming Prime Minister. As you say, he's the first British Asian Prime Minister. Yesterday, Joe Biden, US President, said that it was a groundbreaking milestone. He was speaking at a Diwali event. And it'll also be interesting to see how Rishi Sunak reflects on his vision for the economy. His 86-second speech yesterday was the first we'd heard from him publicly since the summer leadership campaign. But of course, much has changed in the economic and international context since then. But he did resist the temptation to say, "I told you so," when Trussonomics was imploding. And then later in the day, we can expect to hear who he's picking for his cabinet. He said it will be a government of all talents, and it's going to have to be, because this Tory party, after 12 years in government, is tired, it's divided. But his message to his MPs yesterday was unite or die.
So who's tipped to be in the Sunak cabinet, Lizzie?
As I say, Jeremy Hunt was looking chipper. He is tipped to be staying and to be going ahead with his medium-term fiscal plan on October the 31st, ahead of the Bank of England's November the 3rd decision. That means, though, that some of the key Sunak allies, like Mel Stride, Steve Barclay, may get other roles, perhaps Stride for Chief Secretary to the Treasury. That's what I'm hearing. And then the other question is, does James Cleverly stay as Foreign Secretary? Does Ben Wallace stay as Defence Secretary? Or does Penny Mordaunt, Sunak's leadership rival, get a consolation prize? Will there even be jobs for Boris Johnson and Liz Truss? Liz Truss, of course, kept Sunak out of her cabinet, short-lived as it has been. So lots to balance in terms of party unity. But the other thing that Sunak's going to have to do if he wants to be successful is to embed some wily political operators, perhaps people like Oliver Dowden, because this was proved to be one of his shortcomings in that debacle over his wife's tax affairs, and perhaps one of the reasons that he didn't beat Liz Truss in that summer leadership contest.